had a leak in the dishwasher. Leaking right out of that corner right there. Coming out. I thought, what in the world's going on? So I checked. There's a seal on the door. I've had a problem with the old dishwasher. The seal got clogged up and stopped sealing. Well, this one's not having that problem. I checked it. And I thought, well, what in the world's going on? It's not 100% watertight seal. If you overfill the tub and the bottom, it will run over. And the low spot on this dishwasher is the front corners. Now the back is all sealed up. It won't leak out the back, but it can leak out the front corners. And it was leaking out this side because I imagine the dishwasher is not sitting perfectly level. I doubt it ever would. It's always going to leak out one side before it does the other. So, what's going on? Well, I think since this is the third rinse I run through this dishwasher, I took all the arms and took the covers off and cleaned everything up, and I can't find anything clogged in the filters. But there isn't any removable filter on this one. It just has a screen. So I thought, well, I'll just run it a few times and see what happens. I ran it on rinse. Didn't put any soap in it, just ran it on rinse. Like I said, this is the third rinse and it's still soapy water. So what's going on? Well, things change, you know. And I could blame all kinds of people, but really, what I can see is we've been using this Cascade Complete 2X, twice the cleaning power. Works really good. I mean, it doesn't take much soap at all. But I think we were putting too much soap into the dishwasher. Because this one's designed for running Cascade, but it's designed to run the regular stuff, not this double strength stuff. So, if there's too much soap, it's going to plate out. It's going to, see that white stuff on the seal? That's soap. The solution is too high. It can't stay in suspension. It's going to come out of suspension and it's going to stick to things. And I think there's some internal pieces in there that got clogged up with soap. So I'm going to run 2 more rinse cycles through this thing, see if I can get it to come out with no bubbles. All that water is just where it ran out of the corner, from the corner of the tub, because the tub was too full. Now there's also another thing that I looked at. That little float right there in the corner, that's the overflow switch. That shuts off the water when the float rises up and says, okay, there's enough water in here. When I first started working on this tonight, the water was up over that white dome in the center. Yeah, almost up to the, it was up to that point. Now, it's down to there. That's a good 3/4 of an inch. That might be enough to run it up over that tub, because the tub, the open front edge of the tub is right there. So, I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna keep running rinse cycles through this thing, see if I can get it to stop bubbling. And then we're gonna run a lot less soap in here. See if we can get this thing to behave like it's supposed to. Now it's pumping down. Still full of bubbles. Not much water in there, but it's full of bubbles. Yep, it's filling up with water again. Look at all the soap. I'll let it run through a whole cycle. We'll come back and check it. That is just bizarre. Another load run through. Not anywhere near as soapy. It's in the middle of the rinse cycle. Not leaking. Just leaked. Just splashed right out, right there. The minute I shut that door. Okay, that's not the only problem then. Yeah, it's dripping. Okay. Keep checking. This is the O-ring that was protruding out. I clipped out a little section of it to tighten it up so it would fit in tighter because it wouldn't fit back in the slot. It was too big, it had been stretched. So now I'm going to take some super glue and glue the two trimmed edges back together again. Well, it's running. No leaks, no drips, all good. With that housing loose, it let the O-ring pop out of the groove and bulge out and stretch. I ended up having to cut the O-ring that much short and glue it back together again with super glue. And that's sealed. Seems to be working just fine. I thought at first it was too much soap in the water making it foam up and run over the front of the tub. But really what it was, with that cover loose, it let the water shoot out past that O-ring in a stream right at that corner. Just blew it out the corner. I think I got it solved. It's running. Floor's dry. I'm going to let it run the cycle and come back and check it. I think I got it.
This video is not to be viewed by anyone under the age of 13 in the U.S. or 16 in the European Union without the express written permission of the parents or the legal guardians of the underage person. Such written permission must be on file at the local government entity in charge of enforcing the rules and regulations established by the FTC. Anyone violating these terms is admitting by default that they hold harmless the owners and operators of this channel. Any and all questions should be addressed to your local branch of the FTC.